All right, so supposedly I'm live, but I'm not quite sure how this is going to work. I am not on the best or most stable connection, so we'll see if this actually goes through or not. This is going to be a very, very short video, but I was trying to do this pre-taped. I'll be honest with you, I haven't done a pre-taped video in a long time, so I'm kind of rusty. Right now, I'm here in Corner Brook, Newfoundland, and I am at the Glenmalin. So I got my hotel suite here at the Glenmalin. Hey, B Movie Archives. I'm going to tell you ahead of time. This not the best internet connection, so I'm not quite sure how this video is going to go. But I wanted to do a short video anyway. This is probably going to be a very short video. I'm wearing a birthday sweater, so this is something that I got for my birthday. My birthday is on Sunday, and thank you, Dina, for this. I have 3 pickups today, and they're actually kind of interesting. I got 3 pickups and 2 more that I want to talk about. 'Cause see, one of the things that I'm finding right now, thanks a lot, is that if the people that are collecting, people that are buying, are the genre collectors, are the people that are picking up things like Scream Factory or Arrow Video, or MVD Rewind, or companies of that ilk. Yo, Andy, and I'm trying to. I'm a completist, so there's a company that caught my interest earlier this year. Actually, started catching my interest. I think it was definitely earlier this year, or was it late last year? Well, anyway, good friend of mine, James, actually gave me 2 of their releases, and it kind of got me hooked. It really, really did. So I do like their stuff, and I got 1 more there today, and I got 2 more coming. But first off, let's look at the one DVD that I got here today. And if you've been on YouTube at all, and if you watch any type of like bad movie reviews or bad movie review shows, then pretty much every one of them has done this movie one time or another. And it's not The Room, it's not Troll 2, it is Food Fight. So I've seen many different reviews of this film, so you're not going to see me do a review of Food Fight anytime in the near future. But as a bad movie aficionado, this is something I kind of had to have in my collection. Obviously, B Movie Archives knows how bad this is. This is the animated equivalent of something like Troll 2 or The Room, except this has no excuse because look at the names that acted in that did voice work for this film. We got like Charlie Sheen, Eva Longoria, it says Hilary Duff, Wayne Brady, uh, Chris Kattan, Christopher Lloyd, hey Scalder. Um, we even got like Harvey Firestein, Larry Miller. Yeah, so this this is a dumpster fire, but it's a fun dumpster fire. This looks like something that you put on for like your kids, but actually you probably wouldn't if you actually like your children. This isn't good, boys and girls. This is not good at all. But that being said, when it's this bad, when it's this hilariously bad, how can you not own it in your collection? I don't know if this ever got to Blu-ray. I'd be really surprised if it did. It's true, man. It's true. It's totally true. Uh, this thing has a special feature, an official trailer. So yeah, just look at this. You see this? You see this artwork on the back? This is taken. This is actually taken from the film. This is as good. This is as good as the animation gets. This is as good as it gets. I'm not joking. It doesn't get any better than this, or any more lively. Oh yeah, definitely worth the pickup for the trailer special feature, because that's what you need with this one for. Now I did pick up something that you're actually going to like, well, at least I think you will. I got a new addition to my 4K library, and this is one that I'm actually really, really excited about. I don't own this movie in any format, either VHS, DVD, or Blu-ray. So having this one is a bit of a feather in my cap, and I'm actually really excited about it. Hey Mark, how's it going? I am in, just so you know, my not good internet. I'm in a hotel, so I'm not quite sure how things are going to work out. This is Pet Sematary, the new 4K release of it. I love the cover here for this one. Got the mono steelbook. Hey, guy, nice. I say I had to have this. This is the mono steelbook. Anything like this, like cover-wise? like I love the distressed look of it. My better half had to look twice. She thought there was something actually wrong. You know, thought it was beaten around a bit. Then she looked at it and said, "Oh, this is supposed to be distressed." I'm like, "Yeah, it's kind of neat. It's kind of cool. Kind of like my jeans. I picked up some distressed jeans as well." Anyway, Pet Sematary is probably one of what I consider one of the most faithful, like screen adaptations of a King novel. Now it has been a while since I have read the novel Pet Sematary, but I gotta say this is really good. Oh yeah, the original. This is the original. The new one isn't quite out yet. So if I would have got that one on 4K already, that would have taken some time travel work. Well, kind of. I am on vacation. My better half is here. She has to do has some meetings and some seminars that she has to teach. So while she's here, I'm here to I kind of tagged along so I can visit my family, my dad and my young sister, and my stepmom and my nan all live in this area, and actually my aunts do as well. I ran into her last time I was here, and so it's gotten it's embossed here like this. Now, what's neat about this? So if you don't have 4K and you're thinking about getting 4K, I'm gonna put you this way. This is like super cheap. This is like a $20 Blu-ray 4K. It has the 4K Ultra HD. It has a Blu-ray in here as well. If you're not, say you want to watch the movie but you don't have 4K yet, and it also has a digital copy of the film. Now, what's really neat about this 4K that a lot of 4Ks haven't done, which they should do because this will get more people in there, is one, it's got a decent price point. The picture quality, from what I've looked into it, the picture and audio quality are excellent for the 4K. And what's even better is it actually has 4K exclusive features on here. So you get all the original features that were originally on the Pet Sematary disc on the Blu-ray disc. Now, if you've been collecting 4K, you know that a lot of times you'll get the movie on 4K, and then if you want to see any of the features at all, you got to go over to the Blu-ray disc because none of them will be on the 4K. No commentary, no nothing. You got to go over to the Blu-ray disc. You want to listen to the commentary if you want to watch any of the features. Now, if you want to watch the original features, you go over to the Blu-ray disc. But there are new features, and they're specific to the 4K release, and it's pretty sexy. So there's brand new features for this one, and we got like Fear and Remembrance, look back the classic with the cast and crew 2019's Pet Sematary, talking about the new one. So there's like a little, like, I guess kind of a promo trailer type featurette for the new film. You know, got to push the new film. Revisitations, new interview with Mayor Lambert. Director Mayor Lambert shares memories of the movie. 3 new behind-the-scenes image galleries, including never-before-seen storyboards. I'm actually really excited about that. That's probably the thing I'm most excited about in the new features is the never-before-seen storyboards, because sometimes you can find like lost or deleted or scenes that just never made it or just never got across. And I really, you know, if you never check out the storyboards and stuff on some of these discs, really do so, because there are actually some little gem things that you can find out by checking out the storyboard portion of a disc. We also have here a commentary by director Mayor Lambert. I'm not quite sure if it's the commentary that was on the Blu-ray or not, but I'll definitely be looking into this. This is the 30th anniversary edition of Pet Sematary, and it is a great, sexy edition. So I'll just open it up here, and we'll. So this is, you know, same cover there, so you're not gonna be different that way. I'm just gonna take out the digital code because I think I'm probably gonna give that to my kids. And this is the 4K disc. A lot of 4K discs you're going to notice it has this kind of cool black thing. I now really like this. And the Blu-ray has, well, of course, it's in blue, and a kind of a light blue. So, and you can see this is feature film and special features that were on that Blu-ray. And this is the Pet Sematary. It has feature film and brand new special features for the 4K Ultra release. Actually, I'm very interested in seeing the remake, and it's one of the remakes that looks like it's done enough different that it has like an intriguing premise and idea. Not all 4Ks come with Blu-ray as well, B-Movie Archive, I don't think, but I'll be honest, I would find it hard to even think right now of a 4K release that doesn't at this point come with the Blu-ray edition. It's kind of like, remember when Blu-ray first came out, and you pretty much every Blu-ray you got had a DVD along with it. Or if you got a HD DVD, then you just flipped it over, because most of them were double-sided. You could play the HD DVD on one side, and you flip over the disc, and it will be a regular DVD disc. So They do tend to put the Blu-rays or a digital copy at least with the films because that way, if you're an early adopter and you say you don't have a 4K player, yeah. See, so if you don't have a 4K player, you're pretty set because you still got the Blu-ray, and if you, when you get the 4K player, the 4K TV down the road, you've already got a built-in collection started. Criterion did this for a while with their Blu-ray DVD combo packs. Unfortunately, that didn't do too well. I was a huge fan of them, but they didn't they didn't go in the way that I wanted them to go. Now, if the movie I'm about to show you seems kind of like deja vu, it's because during the 101 film sale, I picked up this movie. I actually liked, me and my better half actually enjoyed watching this movie so much, and that was so fun and silly and kind of cheesy that we saw about, when we heard about the new release that was coming out from MVD Rewind, and we dove into and found out what features were involved in this release, we knew it's something we had to have. Good to know, Scholar, because I actually haven't seen any, so you're ahead of me. But then again, I don't have any international ones, so that's the thing, right? Don't laugh, but I'm actually very, very excited to get this one in my collection. It's number 14 in the MVD Rewind Collection. And if you're really up on your numbers, you already know what this movie's going to be. And this is Double Dragon. So our local Walmart actually carried an MVD Rewind Collection release. And that's a big deal. We don't get a lot of this style of kind of like marquee genre releases showing up at Walmarts. Every once in a while we get like a Shout Select show up here and there, or a Scream Factory if it's really, really tied in with something bigger, maybe around Christmas time when we got like Misery or something like that. But to get this here release was kind of cool. Now, as you can see, it did not come with the slipcover, which I was kind of sad about. I would like to have had the slipcover as well. But that being said, this one is definitely worth checking out. It's Ultimate Edition from France. I was actually talking about going to France today. Actually, I'd love to get there. And as you can see, like this is a Blu-ray release. Hey, Ian, how's it going? I picked up other things I picked up before I get into the Double Dragon. I picked up Food Fight because super cheesy. Yeah, it's really cool when you find one, isn't it? Because it's like you're finding a diamond in the rough. The 4K edition of Pet Sematary, super cool. And what I'm probably most excited about is Double Dragon. Now, a lot of people think of this movie as just being, well, a bit of a dumpster fire. I think this movie is a ton of fun. One, it is definitely Alyssa Milano at her peak of gorgeousness. Like, you want to sell these editions? That's awesome because they're very rare for us to find around here. Now, if you've never seen this movie, it's super fun. It's super cheesy. It's it's a bit of a martial arts film, a bit fantasy, a bit science fiction, a bit of a video game film, and a lot of video game films get really derided but when you really think about it, there wasn't a lot. There wasn't a hell of a lot of a storyline from a game, like especially early games like Double Dragon or something like that you really had to mine from. People forget that. A lot of those early games, on beat 'em ups and stuff like that, like how come they can be more true to the source material? It's a video game, and it's not like a super like well plotted video game as well. This one's new to you. You know the games. Oh, Double Dragon's actually a pretty cool game. Basically, in the game, you played one of these two characters, and they went around. It's a beat 'em up. It's you just go through the streets. Bad guys come up, you beat them up, that type of thing. Now, the movie itself is it's got a great cast actually. We got Robert Patrick as the villain, and he does a really good job in here. Mark Dacascos, very young Mark Dacascos. Scott Wolf, who at that time was probably the most famous actor in the film because he was doing a show called Party of Five. We got Julian Nixon. Alyssa Milano is in this one here, and she is super, super cute. That, dude, that is awesome to find a vintage in a Walmart. And that's not even all the cast that's in this one here. There's Christina Wagner, who would be in like what was the show? She was in General Hospital, which is actually was my favorite soap opera. And again, both Alyssa Milano and Christina Wagner look at their most gorgeous ever in this film. I'm not even, that's not any hyperbole. They really, really do. Pick it up and see for yourself. Uh, oh shoot, oh man, it's super. Now feature wise, like what made me need to get another edition of this? I had the 101 UK Blu-ray edition, which was didn't have any features, but this one does. And let's dive in a bit. So just to start it, we got here the aside from basically having a new high definition of it and standard definition DVD presentation of the main film, you also get like English 5.1 and 2.0 stereo. You get German, and you get English, French, and Spanish subtitles for people here from from other countries who want to pick this up. This is a region-free release, so it's a ABC. And the reason that you might want to pick it up, even if you had the one-on-one edition like I do, is the features, and the features are really, really good. Not There's a new The Making of Double Dragon, a full-length documentary featuring interviews with Scott Wolf, Mark Dacascos, the writers, Peter Gould, and Michael Davis, and producer Don Murphy. And I mean, we've got like a ton. It's really fun, the cheese factory and the extras. So the call to add, so the documentary runs around like 70 minutes, 68, 7 minutes. Candy Tangerine. I don't own it yet, but I do know the film, and it's really, really good. Oh, definitely, it's a great deal. So if this is $20 on Amazon, I would snap it up. Aside from like having a full length documentary, there's a 25-minute new interview on Don Murphy, portrait of producer featurette on here as well. There's an archival making of featurettes on here, another behind the scenes archival featurette. And there's actually, now this is what's really cool, and this is one of the reasons I want it, like as an animation collector as well. It has the 1993 Double Dragon animated series pilot, The Shadow Falls. So that's pretty cool there too. You get to see like an animated pilot from this. So super, super cool. Oh, yeah. Have you ever seen an animated series? I have not. So the animated pilot, I want to dive into that. It has like the storyboard gallery, press photos, marketing, and behind the scenes photo galleries, TV spots, VHS home video trailer. I'm actually kind of curious about that one. Original theatrical trailer, reversible sleeve featuring alternate artwork. So I'll share that in a second, and a mini poster as well. So we'll open it up. We'll dive into that, and it is a Blu-ray DVD combo pack. So first off, as many of the MVD Rewinds have, like pretty much all of them, I think, there is a mini poster on the inside. And I like this. And little touches like this can make the difference between me going with a release or not. I know it seems like a simple little thing, but I actually really dig the fact that they took the extra time to put in the mini poster. That does mean something to me. Now, as you can see, the MVD always do theirs with the white labels. We got both the DVD and the Blu-ray here. And we have the alternate artwork, which is probably the artwork that most people are familiar with. This is what the VHS artwork looked like. Yeah, well, some of them are actually the early ones did have like kind of like a VHS style look to it. Like I think there are some of the early ones like the Swamp Thing and stuff like that did kind of have that. And Attack the Killer Tomatoes, they did that one as well. And I really was intrigued by this. Yeah, that's the thing, and Mark, that's the cool thing about MVD. If you pick up one of their releases, even this one here, I was a little nervous because this one didn't have the slip, and most of the rest of my MVDs have slips with them. So I said, is this going to be like a different, is this going to be a pared down like a release because I'm buying it retail? Am I not going to get the poster on the inside of it? That was my only concern. But I wanted this movie so much. It is the little things, and that's the ingenious thing about this. The little things mean a lot, and it makes you stand out. When there's so many like genre companies out there, those little things can make you stand out, and can get your company a bit of notice. And it worked for this right here. But the features were so good on this, and I'd heard so much great things about the features. Oh, actually, this did too. I think in the early ones. I'd have to look back at my stuff. I'm obviously not home right now. Now, what I do want to do while I am here, and I think it's going to be intriguing to check out, is let's look at the other MVD titles. I want to see what it is that I don't have, the MVD Rewind Collection, because I'm let's just say I've kind of I've become a really big fan of this company, and it's very much thanks to James, who picked me up Return to Swamp Thing and Black Eagle. I opened them up. They both had the mini posters in them. They had like some great features. And then after that, I went to my local Sunrise Records and I started picking them up, picking up other ones as well. Hey, Bears. So this is the, I'm going to list out, there's like 16 at this point. Return to Swamp Thing's a really fun one. I'm a really big Heather Locklear fan too. So that helps with that. Just spot it right on to Andy. Let me know what you think of it. I really think that Double Dragon, it's a cheesy film, but it's a really fun film. And it's one you can sit back and, watch. You don't really have to turn your brain on too much for Double Dragon. But those features, well, are just awesome. So here we go. I'm going to go through the lineup. You guys can let me know if you were collecting MVD. I think Bears there said he was. And so the first one is usually the most expensive one to find. Usually this one runs sometimes around $30 or so. I would love to find this one myself. It's more expensive here in Canada than it is in the U.S. And that is DOA, A Rite of Passage. And that's kind of I think it's a documentary, kind of a punk style documentary. And as a guy was really into that type of music, I really want that release. Black Eagle, it's okay. I mean, it's Sho Kazuji. I know it shows like Jean-Claude Van Damme, right? I'm pretty sure it shows Jean-Claude Van Damme on the cover of the film, but it's more Sho Kazuji than it is Jean-Claude Van Damme. Just know that going in. I found it a fun film. Some people find it kind of like it's not one of the most fast-paced ones, but Sho Kazuji, if you're familiar with like Enter the Ninja and Return the Ninja and like Ninja 3 The Domination or the Master series that came on and the Kino put out not too long ago, then it's that actor. It's Sho Kazuji that's kind of highlighted in that film. These Black Eagle, good. I found it a good film. You're not gonna be on the same level of the Ninja trilogy though. Just like know that going in. But if you're collecting all of them, it's definitely one to have. So the second one, of course, is Attack the Killer Tomatoes. That's one that I recently picked up as well when I was at Bay Street Video. Very excited to have that one in my collection. I did have Return the Killer Tomatoes from Arrow Video. So a lot of people mix that up and they think, well, I got Attack the Killer Tomatoes. No, you probably got Return of the Killer Tomatoes on Blu-ray. And Attack is the original, the first one. So you can hear that amazing Puberty Blues song over and over again in Attack the Killer Tomatoes. The fourth one is Savannah Smiles. I don't have that, and I don't really know what that is right now. I'll be completely honest with you. And that's number 4. The fifth is the one that I mentioned before, the aforementioned Return of the Swamp Thing, which again was a great release, and I do recommend that one strongly if you're a comic book aficionado or a fan at all, or if you're a fan of the beautiful Heather Locklear, or you like your comic book movies to be cheesy and actually like a comic book. As fun as the Wes Craven one is, the Return of the Swamp Thing actually is probably more comic book like than the actual original Swamp Thing. I know that's probably not the most popular opinion, but I do think that it does have more of a comic book feel to it. Next up is one which got to have be one of the longest titles and one I don't own. Went to Coney Island on a mission from God, be back by 5. I hear that's a really good movie. I do actually, be Movie Archives. I do have that one. You knew I had to have that one, man. It's Michael Rooker. Next up is Abominable. I think I got it right. Abominable, right? Abominable, as in the snowman. Which I also don't have. Lionheart, another one I got to get, and Wind Rider. Some of these are actually have gone on sale recently. I think I'm not sure if it went to Coney Island or Wind Rider, but one of them went. Maybe it's Final Smiles. One of those 3 went on for really cheap in the on Amazon CA. Next up is the one that was mentioned by B Movie Archives, and that is Bram Stoker's Shadow Builder. Now, this is one I haven't seen since the days of VHS. It had a really cool VHS cover, and this, before Michael Rooker was uber famous. But, I guess he was known at that point for Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. This is like the pre-Walking Dead days, and it's kind of a cool one. Next up is a little bit of an oddie. It's Olivier Grunier's Angel Town. Now, if you're not familiar with Olivier Grunier, then you probably haven't seen the Nemesis film. That's pretty much his most famous. That's his claim to fame. It's kind of a science fiction action film, and we'll get to talking about that a little bit more in a few seconds. But it's well, it's but Angel Town, I think it's a different film, and it definitely has its heart in the right place. It's an unusual film, and it can seem not awkward and kind of funny in places, but in places where it probably wasn't meant to be. But I actually really do like Angel Town. And it's one when we watch it, I'm like, oh my God, this is such a weird movie. The Especially their choice for the bad guy. They wanted to make it like a gang, and they wanted to make it realistic. They actually do use some actual gang members and people that have been in gangs. Unfortunately, some of these don't, come across as the most threatening characters that you're ever going to meet, especially when you're talking about a world-class kickboxer, and that's what Olivier Grenier is. He's a world-class kickboxer. It has an odd sequency thing to it. At the beginning of the film, they show him over in Paris. He's obviously a French actor, and he's going to see his father's grave, and he's got his college he's got a college scholarship. Yes, I do have Lady Street Fighter. I'll actually mention that one in a minute. It's fun, man. It's Renee Harmon. If you like Lady Street Fighter, you're gonna love Angel Town. It's Angel Town is better, but still in the cheesy aspect. Basically, this beautiful French girl comes up to him, like I think his girlfriend, a girl he's dating there, and she says, he's at his father's grave. Okay, understand this part. He's at his father's grave. She says, "How can you leave me?" He says, "Well, I have to go. I have to go and actually make my way in the world." And then she gets naked, and they have sex on his father's grave. And she's never seen again. So, all right, that's the film. Bright Lights, Big City, yeah, exactly, which I also do have, and I'm a huge fan of that film. A huge fan of Michael J. Fox, great Canadian actor. It is sad, what has happened, in his life. But diseases like that are. Anyway, I'm a huge Michael J. Fox fan. Bright Lights, Big City. I always liked that film. I would like to see them put out Light of Day as well, which is one that he did with Joan Jett. Also, a big Joan Jett fan. The release number 13 is another Olivier Grenier film, and it is called Nemesis, and it's by Albert Payan. And Payan, right? If you've never seen an Albert Payan film, it's really worth checking out. There'll be some great kind of cool action sequences, some pretty much over the top stuff. Eventually, there's going to be some nudity or something like that in a lot of his films. I don't really remember a lot of the Nemesis. I remember kind of like being like this kind of post-apocalyptic, really, really cool, like action style film. I was a really big fan of the movie Nemesis. It's one of those kind of like sleeper hits that I knew nothing about, and I found it on VHS one time, like in a rental thing, and picked it up and really, really dug it. Really liked it. Now, when after Nemesis came out, they made like three. Actually, they made four sequels, but there's three like really big sequels that people think about when you think about the Nemesis series. Olivier Grenier was only in the first one. The sequel films, I can't remember her name. Something, I think Sue Price. Uh, don't quote me on that. I think her name is Sue Price. She's definitely like a bodybuilder type of girl. She is a huge, huge girl. Think like a female Terminator type. If you were actually to think of like, well, what would a female Terminator actually look like and not look like, kind of like sleek and sexy, like a Christina Loken, but an actual like big, kind of a bulky Terminator. Um, that's what you'd get in the Nemesis sequels. And 101 Films put out Nemesis 1, 2, 3, and uh, and 4 together. Now, like was just mentioned, the German release of Nemesis and the UK release of Nemesis were okay, but they weren't great releases. Oh yeah, I know what the Friday 13th lawsuit. Um, Now, what's neat about this is tonight the which I'll get to in a second. Actually, I'll come back to that. So 14 is Double Dragon, which I picked up. 15 is Showdown, which I do really want to get because I do like that. It's an action film. And of course, 16 is Double Impact. And that is another John Claude Van Damme. They've been trying to grab as much of the John Claude Van Damme one. Uh, Oh, the poster. I think you shouldn't have a problem getting the poster with the Return of the Swamp Thing one. That's one that I do recommend picking up soon though, because at this point I think the poster is still with it. Now there is a 17th one that's not mentioned on here that is out, and that would be Nemesis 2, 3, and 4. So remember those Nemesis films that I talked about? Yeah, the other 2, 3, and 4, the other official sequels, are were put out also by recently, very recently actually, and the yeah by MVD Rewind. And what's super cool about that is that they went on sale. They were around $26, which is already a great price for 2, 3, and 4. And they don't have like a lot with them, but each have their theatrical trailers and a scene specific commentary by the director. And apparently the director is brutally honest, is the about what he thinks of that film, and what he thinks of what's going on in each sequence of the film. So obviously it's going to be interesting commentaries for each of those films, because some of them are pretty low budget and pretty cheesy, and some of the effects, I remember 2 being pretty good, but I remember some of the effects in part of Nemesis Part 3 kind of fallen off a bit. And by kind of fallen off a bit, I mean, yeah, fallen off a whole lot, a whole heck of a lot. But yeah, it went was normally $26 for Nemesis 2, 3, 4, the MVD Rewind Collection. I got some birthday money early tonight, and I was looking around for something to buy out in the stores. I decided, awesome, Warlock, we think alike. Kickboxer, I'd love to see those put out actually. Uh, it was $21. I looked online and it was $21, and I'm like, I need this. Um, I need these films. So I picked up Nemesis, the collector's edition. What's really cool about the collector's edition of Nemesis, the original, is it includes a lot. I mean, it doesn't just include one version. There's multiple versions of the film Nemesis on the collector's edition. It's like a 2-disc set. Uh, it's freaking cool. There is a 5th one actually. I hear it's pretty bad, but you know, Warlock, honestly, you know me and you were gonna like it and watch it anyway. That's the truth. That's the truth of the matter. But it is a newer one of these. Are considered, I guess, the classic Nemesis collection. And I kind of want to, because I did order Nemesis, and I ordered Nemesis 2, 3, and 4. 1681 there. That's excellent. That's an excellent price. So uh, I had to grab that. I grabbed the first one as well, because you got to have the first one, right? So just to give you an idea of what exactly is on this, I'm just going to open up one of my things here, because I don't have it on me yet. Obviously, it's arriving on Monday, so we'll definitely be doing like a video, like looking into those. So we're talking like a ton of like features and stuff on this. So it has like at least 2 or 3 versions of the film on here. So let's see if I can find it. And got to say ahead of time, I'm just like super stoked about this. So that's the thing. I was going to get the 101 Films release, and I had it in my cart during the 101 film sale because it was on for a really great price. But I saw the MVD Rewind ones, and I had to get it. Actually, I probably would have waited and got a different 101 as opposed to Double Dragon but I didn't realize that MVD had a Double Dragon one as well. Hey there, Sasha. So just to look here to let you guys know, and I apologize if I'm so close to the camera. So there are 2 versions of the film here. One is like the how do they put it? There's a theatrical version, and I'm not sure if it's like a kind of a director's version. Like there's a second disc that has like what's called the first disc has, here we go, interview with Albert Pion, the interview with Eric Carson, the second Nemesis like one is called Nemesis 2.0 Director's Cut, and really interested in seeing that. Now that being said, that's not all there is. On the second disc, along with that Nemesis 2.0 Director's Cut, on the DVD, along with that, is the Japanese cut of the film. hope so. I'm Batman. I really hope that that lawsuit gets done really soon because we really, really need to get that done. This is a perfect time to do a new Friday 13th film. But yeah, a ton of features on here. But well, I'm really intrigued not by the fact that there's a. I haven't done a MVD Blu-ray collection video, being with archives, but obviously, oh, hey, congratulations, Sasha! I told you. See, just keep at it. You talk about what you're passionate about, and it really, really, it really works. Really, it really counts. Have a great evening there. Enjoy your well-deserved rest, and congratulations on the new subscribers. There's many more to come. But yeah, I'm excited the fact that we get the original cut of Nemesis, we get a director's cut of Nemesis, and we get a Japanese cut of the film. So that's super cool. About them all over time. It's on VCR. Wow. You read what did you know it was Nemesis? It's kind of different. I mean, like part four definitely. She Sue Price finds her sexuality, I guess. No, I haven't done an MVD video, actually, a video collection. I will do one though when I get home, because I'll have a few more MVDs in my collection. Obviously, there's this one here, and there's the Nemesis ones as well. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. 40th anniversary, they have to get something done. Something has to be set up right for that. Gotta drink a little bit of my tea here because I do have a massive cup of it. And Nemesis missing from the title because I'm in a hotel suite. I don't have like a the ability to warm my tea up. But yeah, I'll go through all my MVD Rewind titles when I get back home. We'll look at all of them. That'll be just after my birthday. I'm Batman, and we'll look at the mini posters, the features that are in each of those as well. I'll show you the Return of the Swamp Thing, and like I said, I've got 8. By then I should have, fingers crossed, 8 of the 17 MVD Blu-ray titles. Oh yeah, this and I gotta just to let you guys know. Oh, dude, get your rest, man. That's more important. You've seen all the cool stuff. You've seen all the things that I picked up today. Get some rest, Sasha. Rest and relax. But yeah, so waiting at home are my new lavalier microphone, and I can't wait. This has been fine. Can I guess which Batman you are? Well, we're saying I'm Batman. Thanks, Warlock. I always wonder if anybody sees some of those videos. Nobody saw my Instagram one apparently, but I did do one on Instagram as well. Kevin Conroy. Somebody's guessing Kevin Conroy. I'm gonna guess the one from those how it should end ones. If I was gonna be a Batman, I'd probably be Michael Keaton. It's Batman because I would look unassuming, and I'd be crazy as hell. Val Kilmer, cool. So that means you're a really good nuanced Batman, but you'd be like a dick in real life because Val Kilmer was a real jerk. But no, Val Kilmer's Batman I always liked his Batman. George Clooney Batman? Are you serious? George Clooney is the guy that should have been a perfect Batman. He really should. He had the look for the Batman character. He had like the basically had the charm for it. We know now from the future movies that George Clooney did that the guy can act, but he really wasn't into doing that film, and it's obvious like from scene one that George Clooney is like, I'll take my check, please. See, I don't like the Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face. I never really did. I I was anticipating because I'm a fan from the to see the Harvey Dent that we'd seen already, Billy D. Williams. Uh, really anticipating seeing him as Two-Face, and Tommy Lee Jones kind of played it like the 1960s cartoon series, and that that kind of bothered me. Michael Clayton, Liam Neeson. I it's been a long time if that's what I'm thinking about. Like that was back in the '90s, right? Like '90s or 2000s. Like Michael Clayton. I'm pretty sure that's like an early like Neeson film. But are we talking about like oh wait, are you talking about George Clooney? I'm totally lost. Robin Williams. I see. I think George Clooney. Thank you. Uh, I have, but it's a long time ago, obviously. Well, Val Kilmer did a great job as Batman. We can never take that away from him. But yes, I did see Michael Clayton. I just had to look just to be sure. I was thinking about Michael Collins. I was exactly thinking about Michael Collins. See, you're sleepy, Sasha, and your mind is like more like is working sharper than mine is tonight. But your opinion may change. See, I liked since I was thinking Lego Batman. That is actually a really good Batman film. I like Jim Carrey's Riddler. He actually, I actually do think Tremors will be out in 4K, and I think it'll be. I don't think it's gonna be that expensive either when it comes out. Obviously, the Tremors pack, they did the Tremors pack, the franchise collection. Then recently, when the new one came out, the really cheap one, then they did like they put out the model out on Blu-ray again. And the next logical step is to see Tremors finally come out on 4K. I don't know what kind of like remastering they'll do with it, to be completely honest with you, because they do. If you notice, they do tend to kind of like kind of just dump those Tremors ones out there. Put them all on. They each get their DVD release, or they each get like a Blu-ray release. So eventually, I think we're going to get the 4K for the Tremors ones as well. And I tell you one thing, I do have the other releases, but I would totally pick it up. Jim Carrey's, yeah, there's something I really liked about that about his portrayal of the Riddler. Obviously, now my all-time favorite portrayal of the Riddler, it's it's definitely the guy from Gotham. That show is almost ended now. I think there's like maybe one or two episodes left. I think two episodes left to the series Gotham. And if you'd only seen like the first like few episodes of Gotham, I couldn't fault you on like switching the channel, probably not going back to it again, cause it definitely tonally imbalanced. Oh sure, not a problem at all. And you can see there's Dale Metcalf and of course Tashiar herself, Denise Crosby. Sometimes dead is better. Nobody can do that line as good as him. Not John Lithgow, not anybody. This is his line, and he kills it. This movie always freaked me out when I was younger. Like, and this obviously came out when I was older, but younger as opposed to right now. As you can see right there, there's exclusive features for the 4K release, and you can see there's the original Blu-ray features there for the Blu-ray as well. So this is a 4K for $20 that that gives you brand new features for the 4K, as well as giving you all the original features for the Blu-ray of it as well. And they actually throw in a digital there too. So if you want to watch it on the go, usually I'll probably give my digital copy to my kids so they can watch because they're more like the digital people than I am. I'm old school. I'm older, so I'm old school. But yeah, so if you've never seen Gotham no, this one, no, I bought this one at Walmart and it was $20. Yeah, it's $20 Canadian, so pretty good. I couldn't pass up that price. I shouldn't have passed it up before anyway. It's obviously I don't have enough 4K horror in my collection. I got it, so Pet Cemetery does seem to be the next. Well, You should not say that. Remember, don't you remember what Scream said about saying, I'll be right back? What seems like the next logical step for me. Don't know what other Stephen King ones are out there on 4K. Well, I guess the TV series Castle Rock, which I eventually got to get because I haven't watched that yet. Oh, I keep trying to say this. Oh, Gotham. Definitely worth checking out, guys. It has gotten a lot better. Now, you have to understand, Gotham is like an alternate universe. Are you serious? So this is cheaper in Canada. Oh, God, here it is. You know what happened, right? My phone's right there. This is actually cheaper in Canada. This is in the US. I wonder how cheap it is on Amazon CA. I'll tell you what, let's check. Because maybe I can save you guys some money. I do need to get that release. So, let's find out. So, this is, like I mentioned before, anybody that doesn't have the Last House on the Left, you know, the really cool Arrow edition that came out, that is significantly cheaper here in Canada. So if you go to Amazon CA, yeah, it's $19.96 actually, and on Amazon CA right now, it's an Amazon choice. So I recommend if you're going to pick up Pet Sematary, and you're in North America, then just go ahead and grab it from Amazon CA. Save yourself a few bucks. Yeah, because you know, once you convert it over to us, to our money, which is, you know, when we convert over to American dollars, it's more expensive. When you convert over here, you're saving a bit. So there you go. And hopefully, I don't know how it works with Amazon CA into the United States. I don't know if there's any like you know, toll, whatever you call it thing, the import thing, import pricing or anything like that. So if there's not, then just check it out and just put it in your cart. Check it out on Amazon CA and see if it's see how it goes. So hopefully, if you're there, if you're here from like the America or the UK, then I found you like a nice way to save some money and get a good release, a really good release. This gets a really good review, by the way. I looked at a few different reviews of this. How do I think? That's a good question, actually. How do I think Disney should handle Alien, Predator, and the X-Men? So obviously, it's now under the Disney blanket, Disney umbrella. I personally think that, and I think this is what I heard they're going to do for the X-Men. I don't think they've mentioned the other ones, but for the X-Men, I really think that they should go like carte blanche, and the Fox X-Men, you know, like them or hate them, whatever. I think some of them are pretty good, or actually really good, especially stuff like Logan, right? But it's in its own universe. It's in its own like pocket universe. No new X-Men film is going to take away any luster from the other X-Men films. I think that Marvel should look at the X-Men films as kind of as a starting point, as a blank slate, and like to bring mutants into the Marvel cinematic universe. I think they should be very careful with the casting. The hardest person that's going to cast in this one is obviously going to be Wolverine. That's going to be the crux with it. Anybody else, I think, we'll be honest, you can cast other people in like Jean Grey or Cyclops. We've seen that done, but it's going to be really hard when you're casting Wolverine for the new X-Men ones. Get some good sleep. I'm actually going pretty soon myself because it is a little late here, and I do have some stuff to do in the morning. But I just answered that one last question before I go to bed, actually. As for the Alien one, it's hard to say. I know Ridley Scott has been doing some stuff. There is actually a race of aliens in the X-Men universe that looks, if you're an X-Men fan, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It looks suspiciously like the aliens from the Alien film franchise. Just look them up. There's you know, it's kind of we'll say it's homage to aliens, but it's yeah. X-23 would be a great idea. If they didn't want to put like Wolverine in it, or they wanted to go like in a different way, I would love to see them use X-23. X-23 has been a really kind of interesting and enigmatic character. The Brood, thank you, Warlock. I had completely forgotten the name. They do, don't they? They look so much like the aliens from the Alien franchise. I would say it's hard with Alien. I'm not as big a fan of Prometheus and that as like a lot of people are. So I would kind of like to have seen what Neil Blomkamp could have done with the Alien franchise. I would like to see the Alien franchise go from there. If not, get like a complete reboot altogether. I'm okay with that actually because you know what, Alien and Aliens, both in my opinion, are classic films. You can't that you know, kind of can't be touched. So if you're going to do something, just you can remake it. I don't mind. It's because you know what? I still got the originals, and if the remakes turn to be crap, originals are so amazing. Uh, with the Predator one, it's really easy to do, like to just redo Predator because let's be honest with you, it's been like a downward spiral for the Predator franchise pretty much. Uh, I haven't seen the latest Shane West one, so I really can't comment on that one. But I have seen the other ones. Uh, Restart from Aliens, well, yeah, because as much as I like a lot of stuff that David Fincher did, I uh, I didn't like Alien 3. I thought it was and even when they say, well, you know, studio interference and all that type of stuff, nope. Because when you hear what he thought of doing for Alien, he was still going to kill off. I was still going to kill off. Oh my God, it's killing me. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Newt. He's still going to kill off Newt. He's still going to kill off Michael Biehn's character up. No, no, no. That was completely the wrong decision to make. If you want to do it, you want to start over, that's an excellent idea. Go from Aliens. And you don't need to have Ripley if you don't want to. You can have an adult Newt, a grown-up Newt, in the next Alien film. And you know what? A lot of people would be pretty damn happy about that. You may see like a clip or like a kind of cameo of like maybe with Ripley or with Hicks type of thing. But focusing on like a younger character, like on the Newt character, that had already been set up perfectly in the James Cameron movie Aliens, would be an excellent idea and the perfect way to go. Predator, you just start from the beginning. You can't. I mean, let's be honest. Predator's a fun film. It sounds like a cat. You know what? Then the reboot X Men. How would you take X Men? Because here's the thing, the obviously with each film that goes by, I'm not going to lie to you, they've already kind of soft rebooted X Men when they started doing the X Men in the '60s, X Men in the '70s, X Men in the '80s, that type of thing. Ooh, Bishop. When you said Bishop Wolf, I thought of Bishop from the X Men. It took me a second before to get back to, oh, we're talking aliens. But I think no, there's so many classic stories that haven't been done. Like forget the Dark Phoenix story. If the original X-Men have it before Logan dies, I don't know. You got to think the original X-Men are kind of getting up there now. Let's be honest, they are. Like already Patrick Stewart has his own TV series now. Like he's gone back to playing Jean-Luc Picard. So we're not going to see that. So we're probably not going to see Patrick Stewart back. And we're more than likely probably not going to see an Ian McKellen back either. Those are two of the big powerhouses right there. He's already stated, that he doesn't want to play Wolverine again. So you probably don't have like Hugh Jackman. So he won't. But thing is, he's too busy doing other things. And Patrick Stewart is one of my favorite peoples in the world. I really like Patrick Stewart. He's super cool, and he's got such a great sense of self and sense of humor. Just like look at the old Time and Shopping Store. Unless Warlock, they just X-23. X-23 could replace, yeah. Then you or somebody wolf that my better half would like. She picked up a crazy cat lady mug today, which was actually really cool. I picked up a Batman mug. This is just tell your personality. So I picked up this Batman mug. She picked up the crazy cat lady mug. And I love the tea. Anyway, guys, this video actually went longer than I thought, and I'm like pleasantly surprised. Here I am in a hotel using a hotel internet, and this thing isn't hiccuped, has it? Like you guys been able to hear this, and there hasn't been like any buffering issues, has there? Hey, John Steele, let me show you what I got just as I go because I'm about to go off. But you probably know because you look at my Instagram and stuff. So I don't know though. He doesn't really need to do it. He's a song and dance guy, and he kind of wants to get back to that. The infamous food fight, guys. So anybody that wasn't here before, food fight. This is a bad film. This is a really bad film. I must own every bad film, especially when they're really, 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 really bad. This is one that I'm sure John Steele did pick up today. Pet Sematary, the 4K edition, with exclusive 4K features. I'm guessing you're talking about the food fight thing. It's really, I'm Batman. If you've never heard of food fight, there's a lot of YouTube videos that review it like in kind of in a comical way. Check them out. See this on the back? And you're thinking, well, that's an oddly drawn picture. And that's a perfect example of the animation food fight. And of course, something that I'm going to be talking about in a very soon is Double Dragon, the MVD release. Should you see Shazam? Why not? It should be a fun film. It's going to be fun. It's going to be cheesy. It's going to be exactly like the early Shazam is. Shazam was, of course, a character back from the 1930s, kind of a parody, sort of a satire on the Superman character that was popular at the time. There wasn't a whole lot of superheroes around back then. And Otto Binder was doing like the art on that, and he would go on, of course, to work on Superman. I knew you'd have it. Did you get this one as well, John? Because if you didn't, get this one. I'm not joking. This is stacked. This disc is stacked. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go see. I gotta see it. I mean, I want to see Dark Phoenix, New Mutants. That's one I really want to see. I think Dark Phoenix is going to be a little bit of a dumpster fire, but I'll go see it anyway. I definitely will. I saw, I saw Captain Marvel twice. I'm definitely gonna go see Shazam, and Dark Phoenix is got. I don't think it's gonna be good, but I'm gonna go see it. So anyway, I cannot believe that I got. You gotta get that. You gotta grab the new edition, Warlock. It's awesome. Charles remake, I'll go see. I'm not expecting much of that one either, but I'll go see it. It's another one of those films that would have done perfectly fine, I think, without the name Child's Play on it. And I think that using the name Child's Play is just a petty little cash grab for a movie that looks like it could have done just fine on its own without needing that name. They could have just called it whatever they wanted to. It's definitely not Child's Play, but it could be a fun film nonetheless. I'm not going to hold the fact that it's a remake of another film against it. I'll watch it on its own merit, and I'll take it from there. You got to try to like distance yourself when it comes to remakes, especially ones that are blatant cash grabs, because sometimes the blatant cash grabs can surprise you and actually turn out to be pretty good. I don't know. I wonder who they get the voice. Yeah, 70-minute making of. You know it's gonna be fun. Anyway, guys, like I was saying there before, I cannot believe I got an almost 60-minute like live video from a hotel. And this you guys can see. This is the lights of Corner Brook right behind me. Thank you so much for coming in and joining me, guys, especially tonight. It was like a bit of a smaller video there. I wanted to like get into that and like show some of I'm very excited about the MVD Rewind label, and I'm going to dive in and try to get the rest of them. I'm actually going to go now as I'm going to bed. I'm going to go online and Amazon and just price what the other ones are. I would really like to have them. I'd like to have the rest of the MVD collection. So, wearing my birthday sweater. My birthday's coming up on Sunday, and hopefully I won't be home. But I will definitely When I get home, I will make sure that I make a video. We'll do an MVD Rewind video specifically for you guys. I'm closing in on my 2,000th video, and I was hoping I would have had 2,000 subscribers by my 2,000th video, but sadly, not yet. Definitely, I am going to be reviewing the whole. I need to go through the Critters box set and watch the short series that came on Shudder, but I will do that as well. So look for the Critters review to come in the near future. I am Aaron. You are the Movie Club. You guys rock. For me right now, it is time for tea. Have a great night and pick yourself up some MVD Rewind, and we'll catch up on the discussion a little bit later. Thanks, guys, and